Will you believe me if I say that your life can change in just 5 seconds? You may find it strange to hear this, but speaker and author Mel Robbins believes that a small decision of 5 seconds can be the biggest difference between your dreams and reality. Just think, have you ever felt that you want to do something big but fear or self-doubt stops you? Do you have a dream that you want to fulfill, but you yourself keep postponing it? Do you want to improve your health, career, or relationships, but hesitation stops you from moving forward? If yes, then the 5-second rule can be a magical solution for you. It is not just a rule, but a revolutionary method that can change your thinking habits and entire life. But is it really possible to do so much in just 5 seconds? Yes, and this is the most unique thing about this book. We keep thinking, but do not take action. Our fears, our excuses, our hesitations keep stopping us. But this simple rule of 5 seconds, just start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take action. No magic. Just science. When you count 5 seconds, your brain goes into action mode. Instead of thinking, you break your habit of making excuses and force yourself to take that first step, whether it is going to the gym, applying for an interview, or sharing your feelings with someone. Does this really work? Of course, Mel Robbins himself is the biggest example. There was a time when his life was completely in the dark, career stalled, relationships soared, self-confidence lost. But just a 5-second rule changed his life. And you can also feel this change if you have held yourself back till now. Now is the time. Is there a fear of breaking out of that prison? Come out of this fear. End hesitation. Take action. And start living your life on your own terms. With this book, Mel Robbins will teach you how a small commitment can change your whole life. So are you ready to transform your life in 5 seconds? If yes, then go to 5, 4, 3, 2. Go to chapter 1. When I discovered the 5-second rule. Has it ever happened to you that even after knowing everything, you find yourself procrastinating any simple task like answering an email, waking up early in the morning, or going to the gym suddenly seems very difficult? You know it is important to do it, but still you can't stop yourself. Mel Robbins was also going through this phase a few years back. At the age of 41, every morning became a battle for her. When the alarm rang, all the problems of the family started running in her mind in one go. Bounced checks, bank notice to vacate the house, fear of unemployment, feeling unsuccessful as a wife and mother, trying to drown the pain of all this in alcohol. Every day started with guilt, fear, and frustration. I wanted to change my life. But how? Robbins wanted change, but there was no way. How to stand on my own again? Where to start? There was no answer to these questions. But then one night changed everything. That night Robbins was watching TV. Suddenly an advertisement of a rocket launching came. A rocket was ready for liftoff on the screen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 liftoff. And at that very moment an idea clicked in Robbins' mind. What if I also wake up like this in the morning? It is a game of just 5 seconds. It may sound funny or childish, but the next day, when the alarm rang in the morning, Robbins did something different for the first time. She did not give her mind time to think 5, 4, 3 to Queen, and she got up from the bed like a rocket. That is where the 5-second rule was born. It was not magic nor a difficult technique, just a small method that jolts your mind and forces you to take action. For Mel Robbins, this rule was not limited to just waking up in the morning. Gradually it changed his whole life. Now the question is, are you also ready to try chapter 2? What will happen when you adopt it? Have you ever felt the desire to achieve a big goal, but as soon as the time came to take a step forward, you found yourself procrastinating? That 1-second hesitation, those excuses that suddenly start coming to mind. I am not in the mood right now. I will do it a little later. I don't know if it will be right or not. This is that moment when your mind is trying to stop you. It is saying how the 5-second rule can change your life. As soon as you feel the desire to do something, start counting backwards from 5, palmistry 3 to 9, and take action. Why? Because science says that there is only a 5-second gap between our desire to take action and our mind making excuses. Robbins experienced it himself, and later psychological research proved it. If you don't take action within 5 seconds, Your mind will stop you by eliminating all possibilities. But when you follow this rule, you rise above your excuses. Small steps lead to big changes. Thousands of such small opportunities come our way throughout the day. When we want to do something good or important, but hesitate waking up early in the morning, but falling asleep again thinking of doing a workout, and then postponing it again, avoiding an important call, being afraid of taking a new opportunity. But the monkey, after adopting the 5-second rule, you will see that now you are stopping making excuses. You will start doing those small things that will take you closer to your big goals. This is a micro change, but its impact is massive. Every small decision will change your habits. Together, small habits will change your whole life. And one day, you will see that you are living the same life that you had only imagined. Victory over fear and self-control. Are you afraid of something? It is normal to feel fear and nervousness before taking a new step. But when you use the 5-second rule, then gradually you will see that fear is no longer dominating your life. You are now taking control of your decisions. You will no longer hesitate. You will start taking action without hesitation. You will feel that you have become the driver of your life and not a slave to circumstances. And this is the real power of my 5-second rule. Now it is your turn. Now that you know how this rule works, the question is, are you ready to adopt it? Because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Chapter 3. Why the 5-second rule really works. Sometimes we know what we should do, but still we just sit and think and do not take any action. Does it happen to you too? You have to go to the gym, but you cannot force yourself to get up from the couch. You have to call someone important, but your mind starts making hundreds of excuses. You have to prepare a presentation, but you just stare at the screen. Why do you keep staring at something? Because our brain wants to keep us relaxed. The magical power of the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule works because it breaks the hesitation between thinking and taking action. Whenever you hesitate to do something, just start counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2 in and take action. Without thinking, the simple countdown does not give your brain a chance to stop. Now you will not think too much. You will just do it. Now your brain will not make excuses. Rather, your body will move on its own. Now you will not waste time. Rather, you will bring change in your life. Eliminate the habit of always thinking. Many of us think a lot, but do less. Have you ever noticed that when you postpone a task, it is not that you do not want to do it. Rather, you just want to stay in the comfort zone. But as soon as you start the 5-second countdown, you turn on that part of your brain which programs you to take action. That is, now you will not just think, but also do. How can you use this rule? You can use it to bring 3 big changes in your life. To give up bad habits and adopt good habits. To wake up early in the morning. To work out every day. To develop the habit of eating healthy. To defeat fears and increase confidence. To talk to anyone without hesitation. To embrace any new opportunity. To eliminate the fear of speaking on stage. 3. To get rid of negative thoughts and anxiety. When your mind starts worrying unnecessarily, when you start feeling weak and unsuccessful, when any fear starts stopping you from moving forward, the 5-second rule breaks that old habit of your brain which is stopping you and helps you to develop a new thinking and new behavior. Small changes help in lifelong impact. When you start following this rule, you will see that changes are gradually coming in you. Now you will feel more productive. Now you will take decisions with courage and not with fear. Now you will start moving towards your goals. These small changes can turn your whole life into a success story. So what will you do now? Are you also ready to adopt my 5-second rule? If yes, then type 4, 3, 2, 1 and action. Chapter 4. Everyday courage. When you move forward despite fear. Whenever we hear the word courage, often images of great warriors, revolutionaries, or some extraordinary stories recorded in the pages of history emerge in our mind. We feel that courage is when a person does something big by risking his life. But have you ever thought that real courage also resides in our everyday life? Yes, courage is not only shown on the battlefield, but every time you face your fears, when you push your boundaries, when you stand up for yourself, you are showing courage. Fear and courage are both inside us. Sometimes we need courage the most, but we do not trust ourselves. When you prepare for a job interview, but feel nervous inside, when you want to express yourself openly in a relationship, but fear rejection, when you want to take the first step to fulfill your dreams, but uncertainty stops you. These are the moments when our fear and courage stand face to face. Fear says stop. Don't do this. Courage says stop. Don't stop anymore. The beauty of courage is that it is already present in everyone. It does not have to be brought from anywhere. You just have to recognize and adopted everyday courage, when ordinary people show extraordinary courage. Courage is not always in doing something big. Sometimes courage is also in standing up for yourself. In 1955, a woman in America, Rosa Parks, set such an example of courage, which changed the whole world. At that time, discrimination was done against black people. They had to sit on the back seats of buses, and if a white person came, they had to leave their seat. But that day Rosa Parks refused to tolerate this injustice. When a bus conductor asked her to leave her seat, she refused outrightly. She had not planned it beforehand. She did not do it, thinking that this would change history one day. She showed the courage to stand up for herself at that moment, because she was tired of tolerating this discrimination, tired of being considered inferior every time. By being a victim of this system, this one small step of hers became the spark of the civil rights movement later on. But at that moment, she was just standing up for herself. Your courage is hidden in your decisions. Maybe you are not Rosa Parks. Maybe you are not someone else. You may not be a part of a big movement, but that does not mean that your courage does not matter. When you take the first step to turn your dream into reality, it is courage. When you speak the truth, even in a difficult situation, it is courage. When you decide to walk out of a relationship that is hurting you, it is also courage. Courage is not only in standing up for others, but also in standing up for yourself. The art of moving forward from fear. Fear will always be there. It is a natural human reaction. But the question is, can you move forward despite fear? This is the real courage. Camera, the 5-second rule teaches you to do this every time you feel scared. When your mind tries to stop you, just say 5, 4, 3 to main and take action. This is the way to awaken the invisible courage within you. So what will you do now? The next time you face any fear, any hesitation, any reluctance, what are you going to do? Will you let fear take a step back? Or will you change the direction of your life by showing 5 seconds of courage? Remember, to bring about a big change, you don't always need to do some great work. You just have to show courage in small decisions every day. Because this is the everyday career. Chapter 5. After all, what are you waiting for? We all have definitely played the game of waiting in our lives. Sometimes we have waited for the right time to give the right direction to our career. Sometimes we have waited for the right opportunity to fulfill our dreams. Sometimes we have waited for the confidence to come inside us. But do you know that every time you wait, you are pushing yourself away from your own dreams? You think that you are waiting only for a little while, but in reality, you are working against yourself. The right time never comes. None of us knows how long our life is, so why wait? We keep telling ourselves that one day we will chase our dreams, but that day never comes. The truth is that there is no right time. There are no right decisions. There are no right opportunities. There is no courage. The right day never comes. The day comes when you muster up the courage to take the first step. Don't wait for someone else's approval. Many times we don't move forward just because we need confirmation from someone else, someone to tell us that we can do it. We want someone to put a dent on our dreams, someone to say that yes, your idea is amazing. But the truth is that the world doesn't wait, and neither should you fill yourself with the courage you are looking for if you are scared. Still do it if you are nervous. Still move forward. So what if no one is supporting you? Support yourself. Remember, the right time nothing happens, but any time can be right. Imagine if L. James had waited. L. James, the famous author of 50 Shades of Grey. Did you know that when she started writing her book, she had no publishing deal, no agent, no big name? Yet she started writing. She was a working mother who was short of time, but she did not wait. She published her book herself. And then what happened? In just 4 days, 1 million copies of her book were sold. Imagine if she had waited for the right time. Would this have been possible? The golden rule: don't wait for a guarantee. Most of us want a guarantee of success before taking any step. If I do this, will I get success? But the truth is that there is no guarantee. When you invest in a business, there is no guarantee that it will be successful. When you enter into a relationship, there is no guarantee that it will work. When you learn a new skill, There is no guarantee that it will get you a big opportunity. But one thing is guaranteed. If you do nothing, nothing will change. Mark Ruffalo faced rejection 600 times. Hollywood actor Mark Ruffalo was rejected 600 times in auditions during the early days of his career. If he had given up on the 10th, 50th, or 100th rejection, he would have never become one of the biggest actors in the world. The company that makes Angry Birds game faced failure 50 times. Do you know that Rovio, the company that makes Angry Birds game, has rejected 600 actors?